Jake Bates. Throwing right side, and it's going to be intercepted. Return past the 15, past the 20, out past the 30. Has space down the sideline. 40, 35, 30. And he is gone. A pick six for Houston. Snap good, hold good, kick up. And it is straight down the middle. Looking to throw, rolls out right. Throws end zone. Touchdown San Antonio. Cody Latimer alone in the end zone. They take a 1-point lead with 3 seconds left. 52-yarder, left hash for the win. Snap good, hold good, kick up, and it's drilled. Miami escapes week 1 with the win. Jason Sanders is looking to throw. Pass right side, wide open. Touchdown Drake London. Touchdown Drake London. Atlanta has tied this game and are an extra point away from taking the lead. Needing the 12-yard line. Handoff, Robinson left side. And going to be stuffed. A loss of 4, maybe 5 on the play. And with 50 seconds to go, the Chiefs have the ball. And most likely that does it. Ball on the 17.5-yard line. Looking to throw. Stepping up, throwing for the end zone. And caught. Touchdown Green Bay. Dontavian Wicks. 56 seconds to play. The Packers are within 3. 6:17 to play in overtime. Tua shotgun. Back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Bunched up. Tua to throw. Has time. Plenty of time. Pass. End zone left side. Jonnu Smith. Touchdown Miami. They're gonna win. Let's go, baby. Here, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Gonna send Smith in motion. Toss left side for Saquon Barkley. Good blocking and room to run. Pass midfield. Spinning his way. Pass to 35 to 30. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and the Eagles respond instantly. Saquon Barkley. Oh my, making his presence felt. 1 play, 60 yards, 3rd and 9 from the 35. Mahomes looking to throw. Quick pass left side, caught by Piron. Has room to run. First down and more. Down to about the 17. And he stays in bounds. That will do it. The Kansas City Chiefs have escaped the Bills and have punched their ticket. Hello, everybody, and welcome on in. Week 18 continues, and it's the last game the Dolphins will be playing this season. There's a ton of people out in this one. No expectations, just trying to, play spoiler to New England here in Week 18 on the road. No Achane, no Waddle, no Mika Fitzpatrick, no Chop Robinson, no Austin Jackson. It is a banged up Dolphins team that is just looking towards the offseason. It's going to be an offseason of a lot of things going on with the Dolphins. But of course, it starts with just seeing what the team looks without some of their very key pieces, some of their really big difference makers, especially with no Devon Achane. It's going to be an interesting situation here. So what's at stake? If Miami somehow pulls off the win, Miami can force New England to be the 3 seed if Miami gets the win. Now, if New England wins, they're the 1 or the 2 seed. But back in 2019, a Miami win at New England in the final week of the season also forced them to be the 3 seed. They played Tennessee the following week and got eliminated. Now, obviously, a little bit different of a situation. Obviously, either way, New England probably will get a first round, get a home playoff game next week. But kickoff is underway. The Patriots do get the ball first in this one. Going to be returned beginning from the goal line. Has space out past the 20, 25, and down to about the 29. So the Drake May and his Patriots offense will begin from there. Again, let's just see if this team can play spoiler. I get no real expectations for this one. The Patriots are looking really good this season. They're a top team in the league. But again, you never know with Dolphins Patriots. It's been a pretty relatively even rivalry the past however many years. All right, so May in shotgun back to his left. 3 receiving options to the left as well. Going to hand this off of the middle for Ramondre Stevenson, and he finds space. Powell gets pushed forward past the 35 and finally brought down near the 39. That's not a great start. But yep, that's how things start off. 9-yard carry for Ramondre Stevenson. All right. So 2nd and 1 from their own 39. As they're just going through Drake May's MVP case. He does have a very strong case for MVP this year. It's going to be interesting to see what happens there. May handoff up the middle for Stevenson, and he has space, and there's a lane. Breaks off the safety, and it's a foot race. The 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Breaks off one more tackle and forced out of bounds at the 5. Ramondre Stevenson, 50-plus yard carry. And in 2 plays, the Patriots are in the red zone just like that. 1st and goal. It's going to be one of those games, huh? It's going to be one of those games. Yeah, this Miami run defense, which has been pretty bad all year. We're going to see just how bad it continues to be. May in shotgun, back to his right, 3 receiving options to the left. 1st and goal from the Miami 5. Kind of in motion, left to right, handoff up the middle for Travion Henderson, and he pretty much walks it in. The Patriots strike first with a 3-play, 70-yard touchdown drive that's capped off by a 5-yard carry for Travion Henderson. And this game is off to a fantastic start. All right. Not surprised at all by how this is starting. You can only have so many expectations for a game like this without it being completely delusional. As the extra point is up and good. All right, now the real thing I want to see for this game. How is Quinn Ewers going to look against this New England defense? We'll wait and see. As we head to a commercial break. Oh, the Bills and Jets. The Bills and Jets got the memo for this uniform matchup. That is beautiful. The red helmets and those throwbacks match with the Jets classic uniforms. That's a beautiful uniform matchup. They got the memo perfectly for this final game in Highmark. I love it. Yep, at commercial break between Miami and New England. After the 3-play, 70-yard drive for the Patriots. And again, this game started about as well as you can hope for. The first meeting between Miami and New England, it was a high-scoring game. It was a shootout down in South Florida. We'll see if this one kind of matches that style. Kind of doubt it, though. We'll see. We will see. There we go. The UFL commercials. I love how much they've been showing those UFL commercials today on Fox. It's great. I'm excited for that league to start up in March. We'll be live for as many games as can be. The idea is to go live with all of them, but obviously like some things might come up around that time. We'll see. All right, so just getting back from commercial break. We'll see this Miami offense for the first time after the Patriots go 70 yards in a minute 46. Just, yeah, not surprised by that. Run defense was non-existent on that opening drive. Kickoff underway. Going to be downed in the end zone for a touchback. Miami will begin from the 35. So out comes Quinn Ewers and this offense. Again, no Devon Achane, no Jalen Waddle, no Austin Jackson. No, Austin Jackson's been out for most of the season anyway. Key thing is no Devon Achane and no Jalen Waddle. How is this offense going to look without those two? And how is it going to look without those two? And how is Ewers going to look in his first road start of his career? Kind of a big game for Ewers. If he once again plays pretty well against this New England defense and makes this like a pretty entertaining game, I could see him having like a fair shake in the offseason to be the starter. Ewers fakes toss right and looks to throw, rolling left. Gonna take it himself, and he has space for a gain of 9. All right, I'll take it. You would never see Tua doing that. He had chances to this year, never took them. It's like, again, those simple like 9-yard carries, like those are great plays to make. It's nothing special, but it sets your offense up a lot better. And so 2nd and 1 from roughly the 44.5-yard line. Ewers in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receiving options to the right as well. 2nd and inches, basically. Ewers going to quick throw right side, caught by Jalen Wright. And that's enough for the first. Get out of bounds near the 48. 2 plays and a first down for Miami. All right. Not bad. There's Darren Waller's also not playing in this one. A ton of starters out. Don't want most of them to risk more injury that are going to be here next year and be a part of that 2026 team that hopefully will have a much better turnaround. Ewers handoff left side, gonna maybe get a yard there for Jalen Wright, so not much else. So 2nd and roughly 10 coming up. Bo Nix using his legs a bit on this opening drive for them. All right, going well. 2nd and 10 from Miami's own 48. Ewers under center, back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. Tight end in motion towards the right. Quick pass right side, can be caught by Greg Dulcich. He gets past midfield to about the New England 48. All right. Gain of 4, not bad. The key thing, like, Patriots are without 3 key defensive players in this one, plus their defensive coordinator. Ewers should look fine in this game. I'm not expecting like a legendary performance or anything. If he can just look serviceable, I think you entered the offseason in a lot better of a spot than you were going to otherwise. Ewers in shotgun, back to his left. 3rd and 6. 2 receivers to each side. Ball in the New England 48. Ewers looking to throw. Has some time. Pass over the middle is caught by an open Theo Weiss. Inside the 30 to the 28. That connection that was so great in the preseason showed up last week against Tampa. Showing up again early here against New England. The pickup of 20 on 3rd and 6. Just calm in the pocket. Trusting his O-line. And going through the progressions to find Weiss open over the middle. It's a nice looking play. Ewers in shotgun, back behind him, handoff up the middle for Jalen Wright. Gonna be about 2. Gain of 2. I'll take it. Not bad. So 2nd and 8 coming up. Also, yeah, with the outcomes of the 1 o'clock games, which we'll get into as this game progresses, Miami's pretty much locked into an outside the top 10 pick, around like 10 or 11, no matter what. So again, this game has like nothing going for Miami besides just seeing what these young guys have. Ewers play action, looking to throw, rolling left. Has some time, pass left side, caught by Greg Dulcich. We'll see what the spot says. Going to be a 3rd and inches, but that's a great catch from Dulcich. to make it a 3rd and inches. And Miami enters the red zone for the first time today. Hey, nice throw from Quinn. A little into contested coverage, but he's trusting his guys to come down with it. So 3rd and 1, 8.5 to play in the first quarter. Ewers in shotgun, back behind him, back to his left. Gonna hand this off up the middle, and that's enough for a first. Gain of roughly 2 is Ollie Gordon on the carry. All right, good looking drive so far. Not gonna expect anything fancy with this team. Just looking to see how well they move the ball down the field, and so far going well. First and 10 from the New England 17. Ewers under center, back and fullback behind him. Quick pass right side, going to be caught with blockers up past the 15, past the 10, and brought down near the 9. It's a gain of 8 for Malik Washington on the receiver screen. Miami's moving. I am pleasantly surprised with how this opening drive is looking from the offense. Now just can they finish it? That's the question. Ewers in shotgun, 3 people in the backfield to his right. 2 tight ends and Jalen Wright. Toss right side for Jalen Wright, gets blown up instantly back to the 16s. A loss of about 7. I was waiting for it. Milton Williams on the tackle for loss. I was waiting for something like that to happen. Drive was going too good. So 3rd and 8 from the 15. Ewers in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Looking to throw. Quick pass right side, going to be caught. And he fought his way. The spot will be close. It's Taj Washington on the reception. They're going to rule it 4th and inches. Yeah, just line up and go for it. They're going to mark him just short. But it's a good catch from Taj Washington, who gets his first touch since a fumble early on in the season. I want to say it was against New England he fumbled in the last time he saw the field. It might have been a few weeks after that. Either way, it was against the Chargers. That's what it was. And so Ewers under center, 4th and inches. Play action, looking to throw. Ewers rolling to his right to buy some time. Pass, end zone. It's incomplete. Looking for Cedric Wilson, couldn't hang on. So Miami turns it over on downs at the New England 8-yard line. And the Patriots will start from there. It's a great drive down to the 8. It was a good play call. I mean, it's the correct play call. New England did sell out a bit for the run. Why is Daniel Brunskill? Okay, that's probably because of how many people are out and the fact that they're not trying to get people hurt. But 6 lineman Daniel Brunskill was running a route there into the back of the end zone and definitely did not help the separation for Cedric Wilson. Okay, sure. And we're at commercial break. After again a solid opening drive, it's a 12-play, 7.5 minute drive to begin the game. I'll take that. Again, if it was the middle of the season, you'll probably maybe the play call's a bit different, or you actually just take the points there. For it to be week 18, I'm fine with the decision to go for it. It nearly worked. And the opening drive, it still looked fine. That was the first incompletion for Ewers. Yeah, not bad start to this. Hey, kind of like how many of those type of drives are you going to have in this game is a bigger thing. Because again, at different points of the season, that's not final, like week 18, you're already eliminated. You're going to be playing those like 4th and short moments a little bit differently. So like if you can just keep having drives that get you inside the 10 like that, even if you don't fully capitalize in this game on them, I'm fine with it because most likely beginning of next year and middle of next year is when you're gonna be able to capitalize off of those with different people in the game, the different personnel. Yeah, that's fine. There again, an example there. Daniel Brunskill running around at the back of the end zone. Maybe middle of the season, early in the season, instead of Brunskill, that's like whatever main tight end you're gonna have on this team. Either it be Dolchich or Waller or someone else you draft or bring in. Yeah, it's fine. All right, so just coming back from commercial break, New England has ball on their own 8-yard line after the turnover on downs. May under center, back and fullback behind them. 5:50 to play in the first quarter. May gonna hand this off up the middle, and that's gonna get past the 10 and eventually stood up near the 14. Gain of roughly 6. Yeah, the farewell game in Highmark Stadium. This game is on Fox in South Florida. Though I'm pretty sure in most places of the country, Fox is showing Bears Lions instead. May looking to throw, pass left side, can be caught for a first. Gets up to about the 25, maybe 26. For Kayshawn Booty on the reception. Yeah, because the Fox broadcast map for this game is most likely not favoring Miami, New England over Bears and Lions. May gonna hand this off right side for an end around that gets up to about the 30. No, but I'm not expecting it to be pretty. Like, I'm mainly just looking for the offense to be able to move the ball decently well, which they did on the opening drive. Yeah, most of the country's getting Detroit, Chicago for this late slate on Fox. Some are definitely getting Miami, New England, because like Denver is because of Eden potential. I did see a 6-7 yard field goal. It was great. Cam Little is that dude. May handoff up the middle for Trevion Henderson, can be brought down behind the line. Is Zach Zeeler for the loss of 1. So a 3rd and 6 coming up. Nebraska gets Detroit, Chicago. That game is on Fox. It could just be like a local network thing, but they are definitely covering it over there, according to the coverage map. Not just Sunday Ticket. It's like main Fox is supposed to be. May looking to throw in 3rd and 6. Pressure coming, trying to roll right. Breaks off 1 sack and has space to get the first, a gain of about 7. I mean, yeah, Sunday Ticket's not. I mean, if you're talking about like Sunday Ticket being blacked out, yeah, it's because the game's in your area. A good pocket movement from Drake May there. Yeah, Quentin Bell couldn't quite bring him down. All right, that's fine. 2:45 to play in the first. May in shotgun. Back to his left, 2 receiving options to each side. Handoff up the middle for Trevion Henderson. They go flea flicker. May pass right side, wide open, past the 40, 35, and out of bounds near the 30. It's Efton Chisholm on the reception, a gain of 35. Puts the Patriots inside the Miami 30 at the 28. Going flea flicker is, come on. Come on. Oh yeah, everyone been on that handoff. That's a great sell for the flea flicker. Trevion Henderson even cuts like he's going to try and hit a hole there. That's a great sell. May in shotgun, back to his left, two receiving options to each side, ball in roughly the Miami 29-yard line. Handoff up the middle for Henderson's going to have space inside the 20 and finally brought down near the 16. There is a penalty down, most likely going to be on Miami for a horse collar or a face mask. Yep, penalty is face mask on Miami. Half the distance to the goal, it will be first and goal from the Miami 7 for New England. Got a pick 6 for Denver that just happened. All right, cool. May in shotgun, a back to each side, gonna hand this off up the middle for Henderson once again. He's gonna work his way down to the 2. So second and goal from the Miami 2. And the Patriots go Wildcat. Stevenson getting the direct snap, running off that right side, and he is in. Touchdown New England. They extend this lead using a trick from the old Dolphins playbook that helped them win the division back in 2008. They used 2 trick plays on this drive. They're scared of us. And the extra point is good. New England scores on the first 2 drives, 55 seconds left in the first. See how Miami responds. Again, an offense that moved deep pretty well in the opening drive. See if they can do it again. At commercial break. And the Lions lead Chicago currently. All right. At commercial break. Yeah, so was it the Lions win and the Eagles win? The Bears would be the 3 seed and have to play most likely the 49ers. That's gonna be I would love to see Bears and 49ers again, wild card weekend. That game was great last week. But that's gonna be a tough break for Chicago. So again, it being in Chicago this time might help them out a bit. All right, just getting back from commercial break. This Miami offense once again. Who again? They looked good on the opening drive, just couldn't quite finish it off in the end zone. They got down to a 4th and inches from inside the 10. Let's see how they do on the second drive. Kickoff underway, going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. Miami will begin from the 35. Okay, you can't check off compete for championships just yet. They haven't really shown that part. They have won the East. They're going to be hosting a playoff game, but if they're actually be able to compete this season, that would be decided next week. Ewers under center, back behind him. Play action looking to throw. Has some time, pass right side, going to be caught up past midfield and down to about the 46. It's Taj Washington on the reception. All right, solid play to begin the drive. One more play is needed before we get to the end of the first quarter. Denver had their first pick 6 since the beginning of December, few minutes ago. Ewers under center, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the left. Heading in motion towards the backfield as Ewers going to hand this off left side. And there's space up to about the 40. Gain of 6, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. It's Jalen Wright on the carry, and that's the end of 15 minutes of play. New England leads by 14. Again, I'm not really surprised. Miami's offense, though, they're moving the ball decently well in this game. That's all I really wanted to see, and that's what I've really all been hoping for the past 3 weeks, is how well can the offense get to a rhythm. Through 3 weeks, through 2 1/4 weeks, they're looking fun. The offense is looking good. The defense can get figured out in the offseason when you hopefully bring in guys sooner than the preseason. Like, add commercial break for the end of the first quarter. One quarter of play in the books. Yeah, Denver's playing well right now. At commercial break. All right. And so end of the first, see what's going on around the league. Might as well. Buffalo leads 7-0 over the Jets. Lions lead 3-0 over the Bears. Broncos lead 10-0 over the Chargers. Chiefs lead 3-0 over the Raiders. It's a tied game between the Cardinals and Rams at 3. Eagles just scored to go up 7-0 over the Commanders. From the first window, the Falcons won, so the Carolina Panthers are the 4 seed and win that division. And Jacksonville beats Tennessee to win the AFC South. Giants won, so the Raiders are on the clock currently for the first overall pick in a few months. As we're just coming back from commercial break, 2nd and 4 from the New England 40. Going to hand this off left side for Malik Washington on the end around. Has some blockers, gets inside the 30 and down to about the 25. Gain of roughly 14, maybe 15 from Malik Washington. And the offense is moving fine. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the offense and kind of the rhythm that they're on. Ewers under center, back behind him, gonna play action and look to throw. Rolling left, dump off left side, caught by Julian Hill, gets inside the 20 and down to the 19. I mean, it's very simplified, but it's working. Like, yeah, a simplified offense, being able to move the ball down the field like this, you would want to see that. It still is one of those things where, like, if give Ewers like the proper offseason to like get the playbook fully in hand, like the more advanced stuffs with it, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing what Ewers has next year. Ewers under center, back and fullback behind him, gonna hand this off left side for Jalen Wright. That's enough for a first inside the 15 and down to the 13. I mean, Miami's offense is moving just as well as New England's is right now. First and 10 from the New England 12. They're ruling it. Ewers in shotgun, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Tight end in motion, right to left. Ewers going to hand this off left side for Jalen Wright, and there's space inside the 10. Fighting forward inside the 5 and down to the 4. Oh, that ball comes loose, it seems. They're going to say that's Miami ball still. It's a gain of 7 for Jalen Wright. Yeah, Miami picks up their own fumble seemingly. So 2nd and 3 coming up. Second and 3, Ewers under center, back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. Ball on roughly like the 5.5 more so. Toss right side, going to be met in the backfield, but breaks it off to get the first. Jalen Wright down to the 3. They might mark that just shy. It would be a... No, they're saying 1st and goal now. Now they're saying 2nd down, which that's not possible. Fox, what's going on with your scoreboard right now? It's either 3rd and inches or 1st and goal. Now they're saying 2nd and goal. Fox, what's wrong? There we go. 3rd and inches. Finally, Fox figures it out. Ewers in shotgun. Back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. 3rd and 1. 3rd and inches. Ewers handoff left side for Ollie Gordon, and he at least gets the first. Is he in? They're going to mark him just shy. 1st and goal from the half-yard line for Ollie Gordon on the gain of 2. Yeah, they're making things simple for Ewers, and that's fine because it's his 3rd start and his 1st on the road. If he can do the simple stuff really well, he can do the advanced stuff to a solid level, hopefully, once we get to next year. Ewers under center, back and fullback behind him, handoff up the middle for Jalen Wright, going to be met behind the line for a loss of a yard. All right, 2nd and goal coming up. Second and goal coming up. Ewers under center, fake a toss right, throwing left, wide open, back corner of the end zone. Malik Washington, touchdown Miami. They capitalize off this drive. Yep, that 6 quarterback thing is true for the AFC. Wait, no. What year does it say since? Is it since it was since 2000? It's no. That's 22 Super Bowls. That must be starting at 03, in which case, yeah, it is. We're at 59. That'll be 37. Would be what they're referencing, I assume. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Flacco made the Super Bowl in 2012. They beat the 49ers. So it's that stat is more so 21 Super Bowls. I'm not sure if they're because 20 for assuming that they're counting Super Bowl 60 as like the one you count back from, it would be until Super Bowl 60 happens. If they're counting Super Bowl 59 and going back, the 22nd would be Super Bowl 37, in which case it's Rich Gannon for the AFC. Either way, from Super Bowl 38 up until Super Bowl 59, it's those 6 quarterbacks in the AFC. That's the bigger thing with that stat. So that's why this year is like a bit. It's a bit weird. Trevor Lawrence is the only quarterback from the first round of 2021 to not have played for 3 teams by this point. That is an insane graphic. All right, the extra point was also up and good for Miami. There we go. And so Miami followed up a 12 play drive on the opening one with a 10-play touchdown drive. Hey, the offense looking fine. No, it was against Tennessee, so it's a take it as you will. All right, just getting back from commercial break. 10-14 to play in the first half. Yeah, and that's the case with Week 18 across the league. Is you see a bunch of rookies and lower in the depth chart guys like be able to get tape out there and get their chance at stuff. It's just it means that most of the games aren't the greatest and don't have a lot going for them, but whatever. All right, Riley Patterson on to send this one away. Kickoff is going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. Patriots begin from the 35. Yeah. Seattle had an undrafted guy that they signed this past Tuesday. Make some good nice plays on Saturday on last night for them as an offensive lineman. He played well. May in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right. Ball on their own 35. May looking to throw. Pass left side. Incomplete. Dangerous pass looking for Kayshon Boutte. Nice coverage there to force it loose by Rasul Douglas. 2nd and 10 coming up. There's a Philly wearing the Kelly greens with their gray end zones. Looks beautiful. Same with like the Bills and Jets uniform matchup. Like that's just peak. May in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Man in motion, left to right. May looking to throw. Has some time. Rolling to his right to buy some more. Still looking. Gonna throw this one deep right side, and that's a throwaway incomplete. 3rd and 10 coming up for New England. Yeah, Clayton Tune getting some action. The Eagles are starting Tanner McKee in this one against the Commanders. They're pretty content to be in the 3 seed potentially. But I don't know, the Bears are looking rough right now against the Lions. The Lions are looking to make sure that them missing the playoffs is the Bears' issue. Well, again, the Packers were playing no one to make sure they're healthy for the playoffs. They're guaranteed a 7th seed anyway. There was no point in actually trying. May launching one deep, right side on 3rd and 10, and that's overthrown and incomplete. Looking for Demario Douglas, and the Patriots go 3 and out on their 3rd drive. All right, Miami's defense. I mean, New England also goes 3 straight passing plays on that drive, which was not a good idea, but I'll take it. Miami forces the 3 and out. I would love Bears Packers round 3, but if it means we get Bears 49ers round 2, I'm fine with it. Punt comes off clean, going to be returned beginning from the 9-yard line. Base out past the 10 and brought down near, breaks off, but going to be brought down still near like the 12. Not much on the return there. Malik Washington won in the face mask, nothing thrown. And we're going to head to a commercial break. Miami down by 7 with the ball right back. And yeah, there is a missed face mask there. Oh well. At commercial break. I feel like I need to keep this box score for Jets Bills on in a separate tab just to make sure I don't miss an interception happen. If it does. Yeah, by the Colts, that was massively done. Yeah, they still lost, but that was still a great job. And it only makes sense that the Colts are the team to be able to do that at this point. Their special teams department is always one of the better ones. Yeah, again, it's a great way to try. It's a great way to try and get the Texans off guard, and it worked. It just again weren't able to pull off the win. Yeah, the Colts finished this season 1-7 after trading for Sauce Gardner and winning in Berlin. It just Colts fall off, man. It's tough, and it's getting the Colts fall off is being talked about quite a bit, but the Buccaneers had a big fall off, the Steelers had a big fall off. Well, welcome on in now. How you doing? Yeah. Yeah, the lateral play. The Texans getting that win is big. It guarantees them being the 5 seed and means they're played the winner of tonight's game next week, which most likely going to be like a 4 o'clock kick on most likely be the 4 o'clock game on Saturday maybe. Yeah, and the Texans offense has been it had a better showing than they've had in some weeks before. It was another good showing for them. If they can get consistent offensive showings like that, the rest of into the playoffs, they're going to be just fine. Being able to get 31 points in a game, yeah, you're going to be just fine. Because your defense is not going to be giving up 30 points consistently beginning next week. At least hopefully not. And just getting back from commercial break, Miami has ball on their own 11 after the first punt of the game from either side. Yeah, and then it depends on who they play next. Which seemingly is going to be Denver right now. Or who knows, though? We'll see. Miami handoff right side for Jalen Ray can get about 6. I mean, there was 3 seconds left at that point, I believe. So it was not going to matter either way. At that point, when you're that far back, you just have to go lateral and just hope for some magic to happen. Oh yeah, again, still 5 seconds isn't a lot of time to get into a Hail Mary range or field goal range for Riley Leonard. or whoever their kicker is. Well, Denver. Only way Denver loses in the wild card is if they play in the wild card, and so far that does not look like to be the case. Ewers gonna hand this off up the middle, and that's gonna be fighting forward for a gain of 3. I'll take it up to the 20. I mean, the difference might go from like 0.01 to 0.02%. Like it's if the Broncos lose and the Patriots win, the Patriots are the 1 seed. If both the Broncos and Patriots lose, the Jaguars are the 1 seed. Ewers under center, back and fullback behind him, handoff up the middle, gonna get stuffed at the line for no gain. Ollie Gordon on the handoff there. Not much going with it. So Miami now goes 3 and out. Don't love the inside handoff there, but oh well. Yeah, I mean the blocking up front did no help there for that play to work. And so Miami goes 3 and out. Out comes Jake Bailey to send this one away. Punt comes off clean. Going to bounce and hey, roll in Miami's favor. This should be down at the 31. So 7.5 to play in the first half. New England will start from there. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, the Lions are gonna finish last in the NFC North. That is actually crazy. I mean, they'll have a relatively easy 3 games. I mean, so most of it's still the same schedules. What is the extra games they're gonna get? Yeah, that's crazy. What's their future opponents looking like? So the Lions' other 3 games currently would be Tennessee, the Giants, and the Cardinals because they fall to the fourth, they fall to last in the North. That is a massive advantage. But I mean, they still have to play the AFC East, still have to play the NFC South. I mean, yeah, Philly. I mean, if Philly gets the 2 seed, there's a chance for them to go further than just the first round, but we'll see. Yeah. Yes. The one constant is Sam Darnold 14-3, which is crazy. Yeah, the Lions are going to be in such good shape schedule-wise. Because with those, I mean, it's just 3 games different between divisional foes, but those 3 games, the difference between means that they host the Titans, the Giants, and travel to Arizona instead of anything else. Crazy. The Lions finishing last in that division might have just extended their window an extra season. Yeah. I mean, that's also just the Lions, though. That means because when their ground game is humming and they don't have to rely on the pass all too much, it's when teams are forced to respect the ground game with them is when they're really good. Oh, yeah, Seattle's defense looked fantastic last night. May under center, gonna hand this off up the middle, and that's met behind the line, gonna bounce it off for a gain of 2. Well, the Cardinals can't win the NFC South. They're in the NFC West. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, no one thought they were gonna legitimately win the West. People just thought that they might be competitive with it. It's just they were not. Yeah. If only the Falcons either beat the Jets or the Dolphins this season, they would be in the playoffs. Crazy how things work. I expected the Bears to be a lot more competitive this season than they were last year, but not damn near 1 seed competitive. May going to keep it himself up the middle on 3rd and 2nd and 8. Going to get a gain of 6 to make it 3rd and 2. The key thing is just, they finally have a competent offensive system. Whatever Eberflus and the OC was doing last year was not competent offensive football. With Ben Johnson, they at least have an offensive system and a scheme that makes sense. And that helped to get Caleb Williams to where he is. May in shotgun, back to his left, 2 receivers to each side, 3rd and 2, looking to throw. And there's a penalty before the snap. False start against New England, going to make it a 3rd and 7. There's so many different Coach of the Year candidates. It's going to be a very interesting voting period. I mean, the bigger thing with the Jaguars is that they didn't completely collapse. I think most voters are going to lean either Liam Cohen or Ben Johnson because they're first-time head coaches. But Vrabel definitely should get some voting there as well. May in shotgun, back to his right, 3 receivers to the left, 3rd and 7 from their own 34. May looking to throw. Miami sends pressure. Gets picked up decently well. Pass left side is a good one-handed catch from Hunter Henry. And it'll be based on the spot if he's short or not. They're going to rule it hits short. 4th and inches is the ruling. We'll see if the Patriots had to go for it here. Yeah. Or played against Buffalo for some reason. That Buffalo game is... that game against the Bills very easily could have set this franchise back like 5 years, depending on certain things. But Tyrell Dodson with a nice hit to make sure that ball stays short, it seems. That can be a 4th and inches. We'll see what New England decides to do here. Yeah, the NFL is always a wild ride. I love it. What is Trey Lance trying to do over there? As the Lions took a 13-0 lead. All right, Patriots will call their first timeout with 5:04 to play in the first half. And now Fox is weird with the clock. There we go. Fox has been off their game right now for this scoreboard. Yep. But if Chris Greer was given one more, if Chris Greer stayed on for one more week and then we beat Buffalo, there's a chance he's still the GM. I'm happy that's not the case. But it's more so just the fact that, beating Buffalo kept our season alive as long as it did. And now we're probably going to have just outside the top 10 pick and a lot more of question marks now instead of if we lost that game, we could have started tanking a bit sooner. May under center, handoff left side on 4th and 1, and he's stuffed! Behind the lines, a turnover on downs. Tyrell Dodson held in Trevion Henderson for a loss. Miami's defense making the stand. They're gonna have ball in the New England 39 basically. 5 minutes of play in the half. That's a big time defensive play from Jordan Brooks and Tyrell Dodson. Yeah, it's a great season to first season to get into because of how much was different than what was expected. Really was some good football all year, and hopefully the UFL can also continue that in the spring. Kind of feel like they need to some degree. Yeah, Jordan Brooks forced the cut inside, and Tyrell Dodson finished it. Yeah, and their collapses, which the Colts collapse is kind of covering up the Buccaneers collapse. Ewers under center, back behind him. 1st and 10 from the New England 39. Handoff up the middle, and there's room for Jalen Wright. Nice block along the left side for him to get a gain of about 8. There is also a penalty down, though. It is holding against Miami. It maybe, I don't know, saying follow the old guard type of stuff is It's something we really can't tell for certain until we get to next season and the next few years. Yeah, and with how Riley Leonard looked today, maybe the Colts should have just stuck with Riley Leonard those past few weeks, and maybe they would have been playing for something today. So now 1st and 20. Ewers in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Man in motion left to right. Handoff left side for Jalen Wright. Can try and bounce it out more left side. Gets a gain of about 3, and they're saying ball's loose. Picked up by New England, being returned up past the 40 maybe to the 38. Pretty sure he was down though. They're saying Patriots ball. I need to see the replay on that. That would be a complete waste of an opportunity for Miami. Oh yeah, yeah, I think that ball's loose. It's gonna be reviewed. As a waste of an opportunity. You get to stand on 4th and inches only for it to go like that. That's tough for the young guy. That's tough for Jalen Wright. Yeah, I can understand my New England ball. All right. Tough one for Jalen Wright. So May under center, back and fullback behind him, ball on the Miami 37-yard line now. May gonna hand this off up the middle, and that's gonna be spaced inside the 35 and brought down near the 30 for Trevion Henderson. Jordan Brooks continuing building his league lead in tackles with that one. That is a very good point. In that case, you probably want the Packers to be playing the Eagles in the first round. They're probably better off in that matchup. May under center, back behind him, gonna hand this off up the middle for Trevion Henderson, and that's enough for the first, up to about the 25. They can. The Eagles can still get the 2 seed. No, if the Bears lose and the Eagles win, the Eagles are the 2 seed. Yeah. Yeah, because the Bears are currently the 2 seed because of head-to-head tiebreaker. May under center, gonna play action and look to throw in 1st and 10. Pressure coming, pass back left side, caught by Ramondre Stevenson. There's space inside the 20 and out of bounds to the 17. Oh yeah, the Browns got the win today as well, so we'll see what happens with Kevin Stefanski. All right, 2nd and 3. One more play needed before the 2-minute warning. May under center, back and fullback behind him. Ball on the Miami 17. And the Patriots will call their 2nd timeout with 2:27 to play in the half. Yeah, Miami just wasted an opportunity there. Getting that stop on 4th down, only to fumble it 2 plays later. Tough. Either way, with how Denver's playing right now, as long as New England has to play first round, it's gonna be very interesting because they'll probably play the Chargers in that case, which that's gonna be a fun matchup. Chargers Patriots in the first round. That's like a prime 1 p.m. on Sunday matchup, but it's gonna be a good one. May under center, back and fullback behind him. 2nd and 3 from the Miami 17. May handoff up the middle for Stevenson, and that's enough for the first, down to about the fighting forward inside the 10 to the 9. There's a penalty down as well. All right, so 2:22 to play in the first half. It is holding against New England. Going to push them back. 2nd and 13 coming up. In the NFC, it is definitely important. The AFC, probably not as much. But yeah, no, it's the seeding definitely matters for some teams. As the Bills go up 20-0 over the Jets. That game is ugly. May and shotgun, a back to each side, 2nd and 13. And they're going to let this clock run, it seems. Oh, they get movement up front. Bradley Chubb jumps off sides. It'll be a 2nd and 8. This is a bad time to jump there for Chubb. No. And that's typically the case. In large part because of the top 4 seeds being locked to division winners. You typically get a case where the playoff seeding isn't directly like related to how good of a teams are. How good teams are. Because you're bound to have, there's bound to be one division every year that's looking like the AFC North or the NFC South this year. Yeah, it brings us to the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 8 coming up for New England. Up by 7. Hey, Bo stepped out there. Probably better rematching the 49ers. Mainly because like they know their offense can move against that team. And now you have like the tape to look at of being like, this is how the 49ers beat us with their offense. I would probably say they're better off against the 49ers again. Because it's very similar to like how like to the fact that like they lost to the Packers on the road first. Yeah. But it's like the Bears lost to the Packers in Green Bay first, and then when the rematch came around 2 weeks later, they were at home and able to like be able to handle the Packers a lot better. It's pretty much the exact same situation here. They lost a tight one to the 49ers in San Francisco. 2 weeks later, be able to like reevaluate that team and refigure out how they're gonna play their game. And it being in Chicago. They're probably better off against San Fran, which means, yeah, they would probably want the 3 seed. I mean, I'll take the 2 seeds better off, but at this point, they're kind of struggling to move against the Lions here as they just fail the 4th down. Which means, yeah, they're gonna want the Rams to win, but the Rams are currently tied with the Cardinals right now at 6. But they have a goal to go situation here. Yeah. The fact that the Vikings ended the season above 500 is impressive. Like with how their season started and kind of like how they were looking at points this year, to still finish above 500 is a really good year. Yeah, I mean maybe they just scored, but last I checked just now, the Rams and Cardinals were tied. Yeah. 6-6, 4th and goal from the Cardinals 2-yard line for the Rams. May and shotgun looking to throw in 2nd and 8. Pass over the middle, going to be caught by Stephon Diggs and brought down at the 19. This is first reception of the game. Going to make it a 3rd and about 4. And Miami will call their first timeout. Oh yeah, that game against Seattle definitely did something to the Rams. But at the same time, like that losing that game meant that they could not win the division anymore. So they probably just have not been like, well, they probably don't fully care about playoff seeding in terms of like the 5 or the 6 seed. To them, it's all the same. All right, 3rd and 5. May in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Ball in the Miami 19. They need the 14.5. May looking to throw. Pass right side, going to be caught by Demario Douglas, and that's enough for the first, but there is a penalty. This might be coming back. A minute 50 to play in the half. It's offensive pass interference against New England. Gonna push them back for a 3rd and 15 coming up. Well, no, wasn't it with the 49ers winning that same week against the Colts? Yeah, but the 49ers beating the Colts. 49ers beating the Colts solidified that the Rams couldn't win the division, I'm pretty sure. Either way, again, it probably just didn't. May quick pass right side, gonna be brought down near the 22. I can double check that. I can look back at the scenarios. That would have been here. No, yeah, it was week 17. They couldn't. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so again, they knew entering Monday night that they couldn't win the division anymore. So now for this week, they're kind of just more so still looking towards the wild card. 38-yard kick from the right hash is blocked. Kick is blocked. And there's room for Miami to return this. It's picked up, return pass, but returned down to the 40. Miami blocks a field goal in back-to-back weeks and have great field position for this final drive of the half with 1 timeout remaining. It's Zach Zeeler getting the block. Miami went 15 games without a single blocked anything. And then they get 2 blocks in the final 2 weeks. No, by far no. Again, Miami has 2 blocked kicks this season. They were in the past 2 weeks. All right. So Miami gets ball to begin the second half. You just need to get points off of this. You don't need to actually get in the end zone. Just get points. Yeah. Yeah, the Tyreek injury sucked when that happened. I mean, but it sucked when it happened, but at the same time, I think that actually was, I don't want to say it, this is going to come off weird and bad, but it, like, for the long run of this team, I think it showcased a lot of the issues and it allowed a lot of the cracks to show for Miami. That's going to make them better off in the long term. Because if you still had Tyreek for a lot of like the early parts after he got hurt, Tua, like, it was gonna mask Tua's weaknesses. It was gonna mask the offensive weaknesses. Probably win a few more games. Like Miami would have just been stuck in a loop again for next year. Again, it sucks that he got hurt, and it sucks that the way he got hurt and all that. I'm hoping he makes a great comeback for next year. But like in the long term for this team, it probably did help out a little bit. Because it allowed guys to truly showcase themselves and then what their ability is. It's for most reporters, McDaniel does feel pretty safe, which I'm kind of fine with if the idea is to wait a season before going quarterback. True. But also at the same time, At the same time, the Rams are confident in their own abilities to be able to go up against anyone and be able to handle business. And so Miami ball in the New England 35. Ewers in shotgun back to his right. Two receivers to no. Ewers pass over the middle, going to be incomplete. Ball in the 40. What the fuck was wrong with me there? I was looking at the wrong side of the quad box. Either way, it's incomplete for both of them. If you're looking for one about the Lions play just now, that was an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10. There we go. Ball in the New England 40. They lined up. They lined up similarly for that play. The Jets nearly had an interception. Ewers in shotgun back to his left. Two receiving options to each side. Going to look to throw once again. Pressure coming. Ewers trying to escape to his left and sacked back at the 47. And New England will call their final timeout. So you're definitely out of field goal range now. If you get inside the 37, you're probably back in field goal range. So you need roughly like 10. Yeah, not a great sack to take. Yeah. Yeah, Myles Garrett's a great player. Him finally breaking the record this week was great. Yeah, 3rd and 17. You probably need about 10 here to get back into field goal range. Yeah. Ewers in shotgun back to his left, looking to throw. Pressure coming, pass left side, caught by Jalen Wright in their space. Up past the 35 and fighting his way to the 34. Hey, there's your field goal range. Yeah, I got you. We're nearing halftime as well. I mean, he's a rookie trying to make a play. He's gonna be trying to extend every play he can. Those are things that are fine for a rookie to do, but for a veteran, no, you want them to make the smarter play there. But for a rookie, final week of the season, whatever. Because he's following play. They'll able to get back into field goal range. Miami will call a timeout here with 32 seconds to play in the half on 4th and 4. Trying to get points before the half. Yeah. Oh yeah, the next time Tampa plays Atlanta is gonna be great. The final score was 16-14. If I remember correctly. Yeah, 16-14 for Tampa. All right, Riley Patterson on for the 52-yard kick from the left hash to make this a 4-point game. The kick is up. And it is good. All right, so Miami down by 4 with 28 seconds to play in the half. Miami gets ball to begin the second half. So that's something. Again, they're looking fine in this game. I mean, it's divisional games. They're always going to be frustrating ones, and they're always going to be really tight games. But again, the Buccaneers can only blame themselves for them not making the playoffs this year. Like you can't go the final 2 months of the season go 2-7. Like 2-8 or whatever they went. Since week 10, they went they played terribly. Like Tampa can only blame themselves for the collapse they had. Yep. At commercial break. 28 seconds remaining in the first half in this one. Part of it is, probably the case is probably just they played a rookie quarterback in his first start, so they don't have tape on him in the NFL to be able to properly scheme things up for him. On top of the fact that the Colts, they know the Texans defense better than most teams in the league. And also they saw that the Jaguars are playing Tennessee and were like, okay, we're gonna be guaranteed a wild card spot anyway. But I mean, again, the Texans still played fine. Yeah, defense did not play great, but I'm more willing to say that's an outlier than anything. Yes, 19-17 was the score of Falcons Saints. All right, just coming back from commercial break, 28 seconds to play in the half here. Kickoff underway. Going to be returned beginning from the 10. Face up past the 20, 25, past the 30, and down to the 31. Yeah, and week 18 can lead to some weird outcomes like that. But I still think that Houston's fine in the grand scheme of things. And May in shotgun, back to his right, 3 receivers to the left. May looking to throw, has time, pass right side, going to be caught and out of bounds to the 45 for Kayshon Boutte. As the Patriots are looking to get it into field goal range themselves here. 19 seconds to play in the half. So 1st and 10, May in shotgun, back to his right, 3 receivers to the left. Looking to throw once again, has some time, stepping up, not going to take it himself up the middle. Plenty of space, up past the 45 and trying to get out of bounds and does so at the 41. They probably could have kept going up the field and just slide. Either way to get to the Miami 41 with 11 seconds to play in the half. Just hold them to a field goal, keep this a 1-score game at the half. You're fine. Now they're at the case where if you can just bring them down inbounds, they probably can't get a field goal off. May in shotgun, back to his left, 2 receivers to each side, looking to throw. Miami send in no one, quite literally no pressure. May pass left side, gonna be a throwaway, incomplete. Miami sent all 11 defensive players back. And out comes the field goal unit for New England. Yeah. All right, 59-yard kick from the right hash. Kick is up. And it is good. That's a great kick from 59. Brings it back to a 7-point game at the half. Miami gets ball to begin the second half. Hey, down by 7 after 1 half of play, I'll take it. Yeah, Miami has wasted 2 great opportunities in this game. One with the stop on 4th and inches early on in this quarter. The second being that blocked field goal. Part of it is J.C. Marshall couldn't pick it up cleanly. If he was able to, he could have returned that. But either way, I mean, down by 7, you get the ball to begin the half. I mean, I'm feeling fine with this game. Because as long as they don't get in the end zone, you're gonna hold them to a field goal. And that's all they would wanting to do at that point. Just hold them to a field goal. Keep this a one-score game and a half. So make sure everyone's in the end zone, so that way they can't possibly get it into the end zone. Browns beat the Bengals 20-18. And since we're at the half, quick score update from around the league for the games going on currently. Bills lead 21-0 over the Jets at the half. Lions lead 13-0 over the Bears at the half. Broncos lead 10-0 over the Chargers, but the Chargers are about to get some points out of this seemingly. Raiders lead the Chiefs 6-3 with a minute to play in the half there. Rams lead 16-6 over the Cardinals. Commanders lead 10-7 over the Eagles. All right. Yeah, Myles Garrett getting the single season sack record on a play that looked pretty similar to how Michael Strahan got the single season sack record all those years ago. But yeah, that was great for him. It's the one great thing the Browns have had in a long time, pretty much since Joe Thomas retired, but that was a few years ago anyway. Yep, we're at halftime. I'll quickly be right back. All right, I'm back. I mean, just the Lions are playing very angry right now because of the fact that they were eliminated from the playoffs. And like the Lions are still playing everyone. The Lions have a good defense. This is pretty similar to how the first meeting went between the two. Yes, 30-38 was the score of Texans Colts. And the Giants beat the Cowboys 34-17, just in case you need that one as well. Yeah, the Lions trying to prove themselves again, but with them finishing last in the North, they probably keep that window open on one more season. Assuming they can bring guys back. Because I mean, I think most of their key guys are. I think most of their key guys have like another year or so left in their deal, if not mistaken. Yeah, Gibbs does. I think Amon-Ra does as well. Oh yeah, Amon-Ra's fine. Yeah, it's just a divisional game against a Lions team that is still trying to prove themselves after missing the playoffs this year. No, yeah, 34-17 was the final for Giants Cowboys, which that's an insane finish for the Giants to have. But yeah, what's going on in this Chiefs Raiders game? That 6-3 is the score right now. Oh, got it. Aiden O'Connell has 17 passing yards. Kenny Pickett has 3. Sorry, the Raiders have a combined 20 passing yards so far. That is insane. When did Aiden O'Connell get at? Wait, yeah, when did he get in this game? Kenny Pickett threw an interception on their opening drive. Proceeds to go 3 and out. And another punt. The second quarter is when Aiden O'Connell came in. Okay, sure. I mean, again, the Raiders are locked into the first overall pick anyway, so that doesn't matter. But jeez, that's a sad showing. Yeah, the Bears 2026 opponents are set. Okay, so the NFC gets the extra home game next year. I need them to make it an even number of games again. Having the conferences go back and forth in number of home games is dumb. Yeah, so the Bears extra games is Philly, Seattle, and Jacksonville. That's not an easy schedule for the Bears next year. That's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. Yep, at the half. Got roughly 8 minutes until the second half. No, 3.5. Yeah, at the half. I know Bears Lions just came out of halftime, but nothing happened on the Bears opening drive for the half. Yeah, Chargers got a field goal. It was 10-3 at the half there. All right. How's this game going? You know, surprisingly, Commanders Eagles is looking like a good game right now. As that's just coming out of halftime. Second half should be underway here soon. Second half underway here soon. Jahmyr Gibbs, good carry to begin the Lions drive there. Yeah. I well, that's YouTube's. Yeah, I did not. Oh, so YouTube was hiding that message into live chat because of Jags. Yes, the Jaguars won. What was it? 41-7. Yeah, 41-7. Yeah, because for some reason YouTube's chat system flags that, so it's only as like a swear, so it's only viewed in live chat instead of top chat. That's funny. You remind to make sure I change that before the stream now. Happened a few times with people's messages not getting shown until I change it because YouTube's weird. Oh yeah, maybe it is the Titans nickname. I didn't even see that. Either way, yeah. It's just funny how YouTube works with some of the things that it hides. Like at the same time, like it would make more sense if like for the streamer that is just automatically set to like either live chat or just a different chat and setting that doesn't hide anything, because it's kind of important that stuff does not get hidden. At least for me on my end. Oh well. One outlier performance in pretty much the entire season like this, it's not gonna. Ideally, it shouldn't really impact anything. Nice. As the second half is gonna be underway here soon. Miami set to receive the kick. Yeah, Miami's run defense did not show up in that first half. Hopefully, it will in the second half. This is the Patriots' 15th game this season, leading at the half. Of course, it is. Kickoff underway, going to be out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Miami will begin from the 35. All right, what can this offense do? Ewers under center, back behind him, play action looking to throw. Pass in deep, right side is a little bit underthrown and incomplete. Looking for Taj Washington. Oh, and there's a penalty down on that. Okay. Going deep first play of the half, I'll take. Was he supposed to be able to break in on that, or? Oh yeah, kind of supposed to. It's calling DPI against New England. It'd be Miami ball on the Patriot 38-yard line. All right, that's cool. I'm fine with it. Do still think though Ewers could have put more into that pass, but hey, well, I'll take the DPI. Ewers under center, and there's movement before the snap. False start against Miami. 2 plays so far in this second half, 2 penalties. Hell yeah. Yeah. Some miscommunication on the motion for that play. Ewers under center, back behind him. Handoff left side, gonna lose 7 back to midfield. Just going backwards. You get the DPI on the first play of the game, then you follow it up by going nothing but backwards. I mean, it's still just a whatever game. I'm not like harping too much on what I'm seeing here. Now it's 2nd and 22. I mean, you can still get back in the field goal range pretty easily in these next 2 plays. Ewers in shotgun, back to his right, looking to throw. Has some time, throwback left side, caught by Malik Washington, makes one man miss, and gets brought down at the 45. There's a weird looking plays to begin this half. I feel like something more should have been there, but oh well. So a 3rd and 17 now. Ewers in shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. You need roughly 7 to get back in the field goal range. Ewers looking to throw. Pass over the middle, caught by Dolchich, has some blockers, has space. Past the 30, past the 25, and down to the 24. Just pick up the first instead. Greg Dolchich, about 20 on that one. And Miami has ball in the New England 25. All right, great blocking there. I mean, not definitively, but it would be funny if the Raiders win. I mean, because the Raiders are free to win. They already have the first overall pick. Ewers in shotgun, back behind him, as well as one to his left. Handoff left side. And there's space for Ollie Gordon, down to about the 15, maybe another first here. They're going to mark him a yard shy at the 16, so a 2nd and 1 coming up. And there is a Patriots slow to get up. It is Clavon Kaizen. Their starting corner. One of their starting corners. That's a tough, or starting linebackers. They're starting Sam linebacker. That's a tough blow for his Patriots defense. If it's hopefully it's not a long-term thing for them, but that could be a tough blow for the playoffs. We have heading to a commercial break due to the injury timeout. At commercial break. All right. Again, weird play on 1st and 15. They will go backwards. But I mean, still moving well, even with that. You picked up a 3rd and 17. It's a hard thing to do. Like, I'll take it. It should be coming out of commercial break here soon. All right, 12:33 to play in 12:33 to play in the third quarter. Just coming back from commercial break here. Oh yeah, I get stepped on. So 2nd and 1, Miami on the New England 16. And again, this offense is moving decently well on this drive. Really the entire game. Ewers under center, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the right. Second and a pretty long one. Toss right side for Jalen Wright. Has space, gonna bounce off defenders and fight his way for the first. It's a gain of 3. All right, good hard-nosed running from Jalen Wright. The second year back out of Tennessee. Been playing well as the number 1 back for Miami today. And had that rough fumble earlier on, but besides that, it's been pretty fine. Why am I seeing week 18 highlights last year from this game? From the Bills-Jets game? Well, because of interceptions, that's why. Ewers play action looking to throw, rolling left, pass, end zone is intercepted. Off target. And the really good opening drive comes to an end. There is a penalty down, going to be an eligible man downfield against Miami. Was apparently looking for Taj Washington. Yeah, that's just a bad throw. I'm not sure who he was looking for. Might have actually been towards Theo Weiss and just sailed on him. Either way, like that's a bad one to take. First, again, of the 3 games he has played this season, that is the second legitimate bad throw he has made. Other ones have been questionable, other ones have been weird, but like in terms of like guaranteed bad throw, just based off of the broadcast angle, that I would say is the second I've seen. Like that's when they should have just thrown it away. Yeah, it's Jalen Hawkins gets the interception there. And one that Ewers should have just thrown away or taken himself, but he probably didn't realize there was a penalty. Oh yeah, the Panthers grab. The Bills are moving effortlessly against the Jets right now. Again, it's the Jets, but I mean, yeah, not really an RPO. Yeah, Ewers should have hit Dolchich. Either way, it's an eligible man downfield. Yeah, Ewers definitely has guys open on that play. He tries to fit it towards Theo Weiss and it's just off the target. May play action looking to throw in 1st and 10, rolling right, pass back left side that's caught by Hunter Henry, up past the 40, 45, and down to the 49. That's exactly what Ewers should. Again, that's a difference a year in the league makes. And a difference between a 1st and a 7th round pick. That's the exact play that Miami just ran where the interception came on. Not the exact, but a very similar play. And Drake May lets it develop, does a smart thing, pass it back left side for Hunter Henry, who's wide open. Whereas Ewers tried to fit it in there, and it gets intercepted. Oh yeah, and there's that. And then yeah, there's a Seahawks graphic about how every time a new pope has been selected, they've been the 1 seed and made a Super Bowl. So there's two graphics that can be competing with each other this year. There's the Panthers one, and there's the Seahawks one. Yeah, and won 13 games. Yeah, and got the 1 seed. Yeah. May hands down one off for a gain of about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. May and shotgun, a back to each side. 2nd and 7 from the Miami 49. Pressure coming, gonna step left and take it himself and diving forward for a gain of about 6. So 3rd and 1 coming up. Also, Caleb Williams doing interception usually. It's like a weird thing where like it's a lot more like convoluted than the Seahawks one, but essentially like what has happened this past year of events throughout like pop culture and other sports has been like the exact same from the last time the Panthers made the Super Bowl. Or the past 2 times they've made it, so it's like, yeah, maybe it's gonna happen again. May handoff left side, gonna break off some tackles, and there's room for Stevenson. Past the 30, 25, and down to the 22. Oh, that was the moment for Miami to try and get back into this a little bit. What a catch by Buffalo. Gabe Davis with an incredible grab. And the Bills have a 28-0 lead. Oh, yeah. It would be. May handoff up the middle for Travion Henderson. Gets inside the 20 and down to about the 16. It's going to be... the playoffs are going to be... Again, the NFL as a whole is as up in the air as it has been in a long time. It's going to be a very interesting playoffs. May gonna hand this off up the middle for Henderson. He's gonna be brought down after a gain of 1.5 yards, 2. Not much else. I'm sorry, did the Bills just go for 2 up by 27? Oh my, the Bills just went for a 2-point conversion up by 7 and got it. That is bull. The Bills are bullying the Jets. 3rd and 2. May alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Sorry, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. May looking to throw, pass right side, wide open in the end zone. Ramondre Stevenson on the slot fade, and the Patriots extend this lead, capitalizing off of the interception. 7.5 to play in the 3rd. It is a 13 pending to be 14-point Patriot lead. Yeah, it's just the Bills are unserious right now, but let them have it. This is their final game in that stadium. They're pretty much guaranteed the sixth seed as it sits. Yeah, Ohio wins the national championship. Yeah, Panthers Jaguars the season opener, and yeah, that's a that's a crazy sequence. Extra point is up, and it is good. Yeah, man, Mitchell Trubisky playing well. I mean, it would be fun to see Carolina go on a run, but I don't think it'll happen. I know, best backup can't be award. I'm still waiting. The NFL is so weird with its awards. They only recently added like a proper best offensive lineman award. I'm still waiting for them to differentiate between comeback player of the year and most improved player. Like they've made it so like voting wise, they like put in more of an emphasis on injuries. But just make a most improved player award in the NFL. The NBA has it, and it's a great award. Oh, it's official. Chris Ballard and Shane Steichen will return next year for the Colts. Yeah, the Sam Darnold Award. Like award. This year, I'm not sure. It would have been Daniel Jones if the fall off didn't happen, then you got hurt. Um, who would win it this year? Drake May, I guess. But I mean, he looked good last year, so it's not really like a great, massive improvement. He just, the team around him got a lot better. Bryce Young, maybe as well. Drake May did play last year. This is his second year in the league. Drake May was the full-time starter last year. Or maybe not full-time, but he played like 16 games last year. Trevor Lawrence, maybe, yeah. He didn't start week 1. But yeah, he definitely started the majority of the season. Kickoff can be returned beginning from the 3, space out past the third 25 and down to about the 29. Cam Newton was 2020, dude. Cam Newton has not been a Patriot in 5 years. Maybe it would still be Daniel Jones. Yeah, I think it was Jacoby. Was it Jacoby? Yeah, I think Jacoby Brissett started like 2 or 3 games last year for the Patriots, but besides that, it was Drake May the rest of the way. Ewers under center, gonna hand this off left side for Ollie Gordon, gonna get a yard or so. Yeah. Yeah, because it was Newton in New England for 2020. In 2021 is when he had like a long period of not being signed. And then he went to Carolina, had a great game against Arizona, played Miami the following week and got absolutely humbled. Not really, but yeah. I was at that game. It was great. Yeah, Caleb Williams also would be a most improved candidate. Ewers under center, handoff up the middle, and that's a gain of 2 for Ollie Gordon. Well, New England as a whole was bad last year. You like watching the Patriots last year, you can tell that Drake May had great potential. He just needed it to be refined and developed properly, which Josh McDaniels and Vrabel have done that in spades this year. Ewers in shotgun looking to throw. Quick pass right side, caught by Theo Weiss. Breaks off 2 defenders and fights for a few extra yards for a gain of 9 in the first down. Just under 6 minutes to play in the third. First and 10. Ewers under center, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the right. Ball on their own 30, ball on their own 41. Play clock winding down. To get the snap off in time as Ewers plays action and looks to throw. Stepping up, pass over the middle is incomplete. A little bit low, looking for Theo Weiss. Second and 10 coming up. That is that is. I mean, if from it being before the season, I understand why that would be the case. Ewers looking to throw in 2nd and 10. Pass over the middle is tipped and incomplete. Great play there to get his hands on that. Looking for Cedric Wilson over the middle. 3rd and 10 coming up. The keys to the NFL. I'm sure he'll be given the keys to the city at some point. Denver leads by 10. Nice. I'm not sure what mine is right now. Ewers looking to throw in 3rd and 10. Pressure coming and sacked back at the 35. Again, like, mine's also skewed because I pick Miami every single week. But I'm at 81% for pick'ems right now. I'm fine with that. That's solid. I got a good chunk of games wrong in the early window, though. All of them were by like 2 points. Come on. I hate week 18. All right, Miami set to send this one away after the 3-and-out. Punt comes off relatively clean, out of bounds near the 34. Yeah. All right, ball on the 36 for New England. And again, like, Drake May has looked great this year. I'm excited to see how he looks in the playoffs, and I'm excited to see how he develops for next year. Because if this is just his 2nd year in the league, I mean the sky's the limit for him. If he's only getting better, it's gonna be a long next few years in the AFC East. Yeah, because the league's changed so much since before the season to how it was by that point. It being best and worst would be funny. Yeah, we'll see how this window of games go. So far, I'm not on a good streak with some of them. I mean, mainly just the one being I picked the Bears, but besides that, I'm looking fine. Although the Rams are down by 4 to Arizona right now, what's happening in this game? Yeah, he looks really good. I can't get behind the Patriot. I hate the Patriots too much. I respect the hell out of him and how well he's playing. Yeah, I want I'm not gonna be rooting for him. I'm not sure yet. We'll see once the playoff season is in stone. How I think it will play out for the brackets and stuff. Yeah, getting 11-5 that late into the season for a preseason prediction stuff is impressive. Arizona has scored 14 unanswered in the second half so far. That explains it. I mean, as of right now, they're about the same to me. Maybe I'm more respectable to Tom Brady a little bit right now because of just how long he played. But yeah, no, they're both of those guys are like I respect the hell out of them. I'm not gonna ever be rooting for them because divisional foes. May under center, back behind him. First play of the drive, going to be play action looking to throw. Pass right side, going to be caught past midfield to the 47. Patriots offensive line is playing out of their mind. That's a great offensive line unit. All right, so first and 10 from the 47 of Miami. May in shotgun, back to his left, two receiving options to each side. Going to look to throw. Quick pass left side, caught with space for Stephon Diggs. Gets up to about the 42. And that's only Stephon Diggs' second reception of this game. Oh, Myles Garrett has signed with Jordan Brand. Oh, yeah. Nine and 7 was not bad for week except for last week. I forget how I forget how I did exactly. Ewers handoff up the middle, gonna be Ramondre Stevenson for a gain of 6. Yeah, I went 9 and 7 last week as well. The Packers have been messing me up. $2:35 to play in the third quarter. May under center, back and fullback behind him. Ball in the Miami 35. Handoff up the middle, and there's space for Ramondre Stevenson. The 20-15-10-5 Ramondre Stevenson is in. Touchdown, New England. They're adding on to this lead even more. With 2:18 to play in the third. They're looking to solidify themselves as the 2 seed. As the Broncos currently lead 13-3 over the Chargers. Again, the Broncos win. They're guaranteed they get the 1 seed. Yeah, Miami's run defense did not show up today whatsoever. Extra point is up and good. Yeah, I mean, I'll keep more of an eye on Broncos Chargers now, as that game's relatively close in this window. But yeah. Hey, the Bills failed a 4th and goal. You know, maybe there's a comeback for the Jets, Illumin. Down 29-0. Damn. Yeah, that's tough. Oh yeah, that probably plays a factor into it as well, but still, dropping a whole percentage is rough. All right, kickoff underway. Going to be returned from a yard deep in the end zone. Space out past the 15, past the 20, and down to the 25. Because the early weeks in the season, you know, you could have done a lot better in those, and thus that moves the percentage up. It's just the fact that since the early weeks of the season don't exist in those percentages, is less of a sample size, and thus the percentage is gonna be a little bit skewed. Oh, that's what you're talking about, yeah. I thought by not for several. I thought you were. Nah, I thought it was connection there. Whatever. By the way, that's going to impact the up to date ones. Ewers deep pass over the middle, going to be incomplete. Looking for Taj Washington. Yeah, so that's going to be taken into account then for that either way. Still, the point still somewhat stands. I know. This game is. Yeah, Christian Gonzalez, a good job undercutting that. Yeah, there was. I just didn't see. Ewers play action looking to throw. Pass back left side, going to be caught by Ollie Gordon. Trying a halfback screen. He breaks off some tackles to get the gain of 2, but not much else. Yeah. All right, so 3rd and 8 coming up. Minute 25 and counting the play in the 3rd. Ewers in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the right as well. Looking to throw once again. Ewers pump faking to look to take it himself and slides down for a loss of 4. That play got blown up. Was trying a quick hitter on a slant to the left. Patriots played that really well. Miami goes 3 and out. As a punt comes off clean, gonna be downed at the 43. They let that bounce too much. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't that far off with my prediction predictions for Miami this season. At the end of the day, again, like I was saying before the season, they're a 5-6 win team or a 10-11 win team. They end up winning 7 games this season. Illegal touching of the kick on Miami. The tack on 5 to the spot. Okay, sure. Yeah. I mean, Myles Garrett is just a beast. It sucks that he's kind of stuck in Cleveland after signing that big contract, but he kind of did it to himself as well. May in shotgun, back to his right, 2 receivers to each side looking to throw. Pressure coming, stepping up, gonna pass over the middle. It's a great lofter to Stephon Diggs. Inside the 25 to 20 and down to the 17. And they're gonna let this run to the end of the 3rd. I don't get why, but no matter who's a defensive coordinator, no matter what year it is, no matter what anything is, Miami cannot contain quarterbacks great, and it allows for plays to be extended like that. Yep, end of the 3rd, 15 minutes to go in the Dolphins season, and an off season full of questions gonna arrive. Yep, and that's just the new age transfer portal stuff. A ton of guys are moving each and every year, but again, most of those guys that are constantly in the portal, or like they're constantly in the portal, they're entering the portal and whatnot. A lot of those guys are not going to be guys we see on Sunday more often than not. You have the few except the Cam Ward who transferred twice. He's playing on Sundays and all that, but most of the guys are like on their 6 or 7 college right now. They're not guys we're going to be seeing on Sunday. It's just a way for them to like find spots to be able to play and find NIL deals that will pay them, and they can maximize their college eligibility. Yeah, but again, this is the first time he's going to be transferring, and it's just for a season for Dylan Raiola. So that's going to be like an exception as well potentially. Who knows though? Raiola might go somewhere else and might play terribly. I know that the sign-in day is coming up soon though, so we're gonna need word on him sooner rather than later and where he's going. I don't think anything official has been said yet with him. Oh, speaking of, there's a new quarterback in Nebraska through the portal. Kenny Minchie is going to Nebraska through the portal. Former Notre Dame quarterback. It was a backup there. That's gonna be interesting. First play of the fourth quarter, May play action, pass right side, going to be caught for a gain of about 5. Somehow gets that snap off. Somehow gets that throw off in time to Austin Hooper. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I know there's a... Damn, Rocco Beck is going to Penn State. Thought he had potential for UCF. All right, Josh Hoover going to Indiana is going to be great. All right, 2nd and 5 for New England. May in shotgun, back to his right, 2 receiving options to each side, ball on the Miami 12. May gonna shovel this one forward, and that's gonna be a gain of 2 for Hunter Henry. Oh yeah, you're definitely gonna get some of those percentages back. Good chunk of OSU guy. Oh, that's why Rocco Beck went to Penn State. His tight end's going there with him. Yeah, we should be getting a ton of transfer portal news in the coming days. May in shotgun, 2 backs to his left side on 3rd and 3, looking to throw. Has time, stepping up, gonna take it himself for the first, and May slides down at the 2. So 1st and goal coming up. First and goal from the 2. May under center, back and fullback behind him, handoff up the middle. And is Trevion Henderson in for the touchdown? The Patriots piling it on against Miami. Now up by 27, potentially 28, based off the extra point. No, this game was never going to be close. I mean, so a 7-10 record on the season. It's a whatever thing. Extra point up and good. This is where things get interesting. Miami is now Miami's offenses look, they looked fine in the first half, look kind of rough now in the second half. Did I say 9-7 on the season? I meant 7-10 on the season in reference to Miami. Like Miami finished the season 7-10. Offense looked good in the first half, looked kind of meh in the second half. I mean, McDaniel is still scheduled as of now to have a press conference tomorrow to talk about the end of the season and what the offseason is going to like, the very early stages of the offseason. We'll see if that still holds. It's going to be a very interesting 24 hours. The plan is to still get, standard like season thoughts and off-season expectations from Miami to go up tomorrow. I'm not sure what time though, because I do want to wait for that McDaniel press conference. If that happens or if some other news happens. So we'll see. Most likely it's gonna be around like 4 p.m. EST, like most of them are. So that's kind of the idea. The difference a week makes. That's great. All right. At commercial break, 12:39 to play in the game. Yeah, those simple mistakes. I also didn't really eat before the stream, so there's that. Oh, yeah, bad snap in Chicago. Yeah, that's hey, still going up something is all. That's all that matters. Williams looking to throw in 2nd and 10. I don't know why I'm calling the Bears-Lions game right now. It's an 8-point game. Williams pass right side incomplete. 3rd and 10 coming up. We're just coming back from commercial break. I need food. That's the conclusion I'm coming to right now before anything is I need food. Kickoff gonna be down in the end zone for a touchback, seemingly. They're just switch to Lions Bears up until the Dolphin game ends. Yeah, that's an 8-point game. That somehow. I imagine Drake May's day is done with this being the score and him going 14 for 18 passing. That's not bad for preseason predictions and going through the entire year with that. Ewers under center, back and fullback behind him, gonna toss this right side, and that's gonna be Ollie Gordon for a gain of a yard. And there's a penalty as well. Twelve and a half to play in the game. Yeah, this game is ugly. It's illegal formation against Miami. That'll be declined. 2nd and 9 coming up. And another saying is accepted. Under McDaniel since 2022. At home 23 and 11. On the road 12 and 21. 3 points less per game. A disastrously less turnover differential. It's an offensive system that doesn't like to translate on the road, it seems, and it's not going to be able to win that way. Ewers, weird toss right side for Gordon, gonna lose 7. Penalty down as well. All right. Yeah, you can count it as a Bills win. Same with the Patriots. You can count this as a win. You could count these 2 games as wins before they even started. For the respective home teams. Like there was no way the Bills were going to lose during their final game at Highmark Stadium. That was a lock. Illegal shift on Miami's a penalty. That would be declined. It's a loss of 9 for Ollie Gordon. 3rd and 18 coming up. Yeah, I would not be surprised if this is the last we see McDaniel in Miami gear. I'm just not sure who you replace him with. Ewers looking to throw, pass over the middle, caught by Malik Washington. That's going to be a loss of a yard. Yeah. Miami goes 3 and out. This is going to be an interesting offseason. This is going to be a very interesting offseason. And it's getting to the point where you might have to go one and done with the head coach next year as well. Punt comes off clean, fair caught at the 32. You don't have to, but you might want to. Similar to what the Raiders are doing this year. As yeah, Joshua Dobbs is warming up with 11 minutes to play in the game. Drake May ends with 191 passing yards, 1 touchdown pass, 14 for 18 completion. Another really solid game for Drake May. Yep, at commercial break. I don't even know what some of the head coaching candidates are really this year. Oh, Trey Lance just fumbled. Yeah, Denver's gonna be the 1 seed. That's a great play from Nick Bonito. I don't think no. All signs are pointing towards Rodgers being back next season and back in Pittsburgh. And if that's the case, then Tomlin is most likely going to be back next year because Rodgers is not returning if Tomlin isn't returning. Yeah, but oh well. Empire GM. Quarterback question. Yeah, Miami finished with 184 passing yards this season. Devon Achane extension's a big one. Pretty much everything they just said in that graphic for the Dolphins' New Year's resolutions, I'm gonna be mentioning in the video tomorrow. All right, so Joshua Dobbs in shotgun, back to his left, 2 receiving options to each side. Dobbs looking to throw, pass right side, caught by Hunter Henry for a gain of 3. Meanwhile, Cole Kmet with a great catch. Bears and Lions is now tied at 16 out of nowhere. Yeah. Yeah, Bears Lions is now tied. Dobbs hands off up the middle. That's a gain of about a yard. Trevion Henderson. It's possible. We're getting there. If the Bears can complete this comeback fully, we'll get Bears Packers round 3 in a week's time. I hate it. Why did the broadcast just say that? in the time between Miami's last playoff win and now, the Patriots have won 30 playoff games. That's this franchise. Dobbs in shotgun, back to his right, looking to throw in 3rd and 7. Stepping up, deep shot down the middle, and it is overthrown and incomplete. Looking for Kayshon Boutte. All right, the Patriots go 3 and out. Can we get some better long sustained drives, please? So this clock can continue to roll. As the Rams go up by 10 over Arizona, they're showing. So the Rams are looking to get that 5 seed. All right, punt comes off clean. Going to bounce, and it takes some Patriots bounces to be downed inside the 10 at the 9. Nice. And there's also a penalty down. How's there 9:26 to play in this game? It's a hold-in against Miami, so they'll start this drive from their own 5. Also just announced, the Seahawks have signed Charles Cross to an extension. 4 years, 104. The star left tackle is staying in Seattle for the foreseeable future. All right, so Ewers in shotgun, back to each side. The on the field, the yard mark saying 4th and 7 is 1st and 10. Pass over the middle to Theo Weiss for a gain of 16 up to the 21. Yeah. I also had the Eagles. Do I have them with me? No, I left them up in Orlando. Yeah, but I also had the Eagles finishing 1st in the East. Just because there was no other team that really made sense. Though I did have Washington doing better than they did this year, as most people did. Ewers play action, looking to throw. Pressure comes quick. Pass left side is just off the mark, looking for Alec Ingold and incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up. Yeah. He could. How much more does he need? Because I'm pretty sure he needed like 270 something entering this game. What's he at now? He's at 196. He needs roughly 100 more yards. Yeah. Because he's, before entering the game, he was at 3730. He's at 3730. So he needs 74 more yards passing. 3-yard pass to Alec Ingold on 2nd and 10 is going to get a gain of 3. Yeah, they're 4 and 13. Cowboys finishing 3 and 14 would have been crazy. That's so Giants though. The Giants are 4 and 2 in games like today. Ewers looking to throw in 3rd and 7, rolling right, and going to be sacked at about 20. Yeah, you got very close for the West. Yeah, Rams win and they finish 12-5 right now. So that's very possible. And if they win, they'll be second in that division. Punt comes off clean, gonna be fair caught. So you might have been dead on with the Rams. Yeah, I expected the 49ers to bounce back this season. I had them finishing first, I believe. So I wasn't that far off with that. Dobbs handoff up the middle, and that's going to be a gain of about 2, I believe, for Dearness Johnson on the carry. Yeah. Wait, because last season they also dealt with insane amount of injuries. It's just this year they're able to manage it better. Hey, the Jets did not get shut out. Dobbs under center, back behind him, handoff up the middle, and there's room for Dearness Johnson past the 35 to the 37. Yeah. I pretty much, if besides the fact that, the Panthers won the division, like if you swap the Panthers and Bucks, I would have been dead on in the NFC South. Yeah, Lions are moving the ball well right now. Look, I expected the Panthers to improve from last year. 3rd and 4, Dobbs under center, back and fullback behind him. Play action looking to throw. Has some time, rolling right. Breaks off 1 sack and gets the first down and slides out of bounds. Seemingly for a gain of 4. We'll see what the actual spot is. Tyler Shuck has definitely surprised me this season. The Saints are going to be a sneaky good team next year, probably. And now they're ruling it a 4th and 1, saying he did not get the first. He's just short. His clock will be able to run even more. No shot the Patriots are challenging that. Yeah. No, yeah, he is short. Yeah, surprisingly close with the Lions. Yeah, I think the Bears surprised most people this season by just being as good as they have been. All right, New England loses the challenge. It is 4th and 1. All right, so New England's gonna punt this one away. I don't remember exactly how I thought the playoff seeding was gonna go. That's just a weird thing. That's a tough thing to predict. But I already know, like I based off just divisional winners, I was way off with it. All right, punt comes off clean, out of bounds at Miami on 17. There's still 5:45 to play in this game. I hope Miami's just gonna focus on killing some clock here themselves. You know what? Just so that way I can save on time. I'm gonna schedule Sunday Night Football stream right now. Ewers handoff up the middle for Ollie Gordon. Oh, Zach Wilson in the game. He hands off for a gain of about a yard to Ollie Gordon. All right, Zach Wilson and Ewers' day is done, and his rookie season comes to an end. And he played relatively fine for a 7th-round rookie. Oh, Goff is picked off. Zach Wilson pass right side is incomplete at the feet of Ollie Gordon. Why are we throwing the ball in this stage of the game? Just run it so we get out of here. The Jets are really going to end the season with no interceptions. That's crazy. Third and 9. Wilson looking to throw. Pressure coming. Pass right side is off the mark and incomplete. Hit while throwing that one. We really just wasted no time on that drive because we didn't want to run the ball. All right, great. All right, the Ravens and Steelers game, Sunday Night Football, is scheduled. All right, punt comes off clean, going to be downed inside the 40 at the 36. Cool. Yeah, it's pretty much in stone that the Rams are going to get the 5 seed right now. They lead Arizona by 17 with 4:15 to play. The Jets winning 7 games this season would have been insane. Like, Dobbs under center, gonna hand this off up the middle for a yard, maybe 2. No, that's fair. Again, I was saying before the season, this is a 5 to 6 win team potentially, and they did not prove me wrong. They're again 7-10 is 7-10 probably should be 6-11, but that Tampa game was weird. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the Dolphins this season, like on paper, like they would have needed a ton of luck to get back into the playoffs, and that luck did not arrive. A lot of it was just hoping for proper development, and it did not come here for this team. Handoff in 2nd and 9, going to be a gain of about 2. 3.5 to play in the game. 3rd and 5 for New England. Dobbs in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receiving options to the left. Dobbs looking to throw. Has some time. Pass deep. Over the middle is high and incomplete. Cool. 4th and 5 coming up. 3:09 to play. There is also a penalty down now as well. It might be roughing the passer. Roughing the passer on Miami. Honestly, I'm fine with that. It means they can kill more clock. Yeah, the Raiders were a mess this year. Their offensive line was non-existent most of the entire season. It was weird for them. Hey, how's the Chiefs game going right now? Hold on. What do you mean that's the score? The Raiders got a safety and lead by 2. That is a crazy score for that game to have. Dobbs handoff up the middle for a gain of a yard. The Raiders lead 11-9 over the Chiefs right now. What? Sorry, who is playing quarterback? Dog, I feel bad for any Chiefs and Raiders fan having to watch that game right now. One more play is needed before the 2-minute warning. Commanders lead by 7. So if that score holds, the Bears get the 2 seed. Or if the Bears just come back and win, but they're about to punt it away. No gain on the play there for New England, and you let this run to the 2-minute warning. Yeah. Yeah, and that's very fair. That's kind of what's supposed to happen with predictions and stuff. Is you're like, okay, again, like the Saints. They're not expecting the Saints to do anything this season. Might as well just say they've finished pretty much 0-17. So that way other teams get a few extra wins that they may not get. Yeah. And that's the case as well. It's like there's a ton of teams this season. We're just like, yeah, I think they're gonna be around 500, but probably gonna say they're finish a little bit worse because of it, just because I think other teams would be better. Oh yeah, no one expected Daniel Jones to play as well as he did this year. Everyone thought the Colts were making a bad decision, which you can make the argument now kind of how good of a decision it was actually. But at the end of the day, I mean, the Colts definitely had more success this season with Daniel Jones. They probably would have with Anthony Richardson. Yeah, and that's fair. Again, I did not expect the Colts to do well either. Two minutes to play at the 2-minute warning commercial break. And that's fair. I'm pretty sure I gave them and the Browns similar treatment of just I don't think they're gonna be great teams this year. I expected the Bengals to be a lot better. And for the most part they were until Burrow got hurt. Yep, so the Bills win. They win their final game in Highmark Stadium in a blowout against the Jets. And with that game coming to a close, the Jets have gone a full 17-game season without a single intercepted pass on defense. They're the first team in NFL history since interceptions were recorded, beginning in 1933, to go a full season without an interception. Insanity. 3rd and 9 for New England. Dobbs in shotgun, back to his left. Quick throw, left side, caught by Demario Douglas. Base pass to 40, 35, past the 30, 25, and down to the 22. That would be the final first down the Patriots need. This clock will continue to run. And the Dolphins finish this season 7-10 and have a ton of question marks going forward. A lot of things need to be answered. A lot of decisions need to be made. And it kind of all starts tomorrow. It all starts tomorrow with a decision from Mike McDaniel. Does he survive a 38-10 loss to New England in the final week of the season? All right, yeah, go for it. We still have to wait for some kneel downs here, but that'll be your final. New England now waits for the outcome of Broncos Chargers to see if they will be the 1 seed or the 2 seed. The Jacksonville Jaguars are locked in as the 3 seed. They will play the Buffalo Bills most likely in the wild card round. That's going to be a really good game. The Texans are set to play the winner of Sunday Night Football tonight. And the Chargers will play most likely the Patriots. Because, the Broncos lead by 13 with 2:26 to play. Gotta be leading by 19. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of teams in the AFC completely disappointed. All right, there's the final kneel down, and there goes Mike McDaniel run into the locker room. What might be his final locker room run as a Dolphins head coach. I would expect a choice to be made before noon tomorrow on McDaniel's status. I don't think they'll let him wait until 4, like they have in the past with guys. We'll see. A 7-10 season for Miami. Man, the Chiefs fall off is probably one of the more interesting ones of this season. The Lions look like they're gonna win. Lions have the ball inside the Bears 30-yard line with 24 seconds to play. Yeah, the Bengals are a weird one. Yep, so Patriots fans, wait on. Yeah, they nailed the 7 seed. That's impressive. But yep, that'll do it from here. Yeah, the Lions are about to win this game against the Bears. So the Bears would probably still be the 2 seed. Let's see what score of that game. Eagles are moving. We'll see. Appreciate everyone tuning in. I'll be live in roughly an hour for Sunday Night Football. I know the Bills are pretty much locked in as the 6th seed at this point. There's the Chargers that look like they're going to lose to the Broncos. But yep, I appreciate everyone tuning in. I'll be live in roughly an hour time for Sunday Night Football. Yeah, we'll talk proper playoff predictions and stuff then, because then we'll know pretty much the entire playoff seeding. Yep, appreciate everyone tuning in. See you all there. Have yourselves a damn good one. Peace.